Hey guys, it's Dawn and Mary.
Hi, surprise!
I came to visit Mary. I'm here for a lacrosse tournament in Maryland. So we just decided to hop on and do a really quick video, kind of like a then and now story, because I wanted everybody to hear Mary's story if you haven't heard already, and my story if you haven't heard mine already. So Mary started in oils with Young Living, how long ago?
2014.
Yeah, and I started in 2017. So we want to tell you guys what we've done when we started, how we got to be the levels that we're at now, and what we're doing now to continue to grow. So, you want to start, Mary, with your
Sure.
story?
So for those of you who don't know my background, I started this business really unintentionally. I was just using the oils. I fell in love with them, and I couldn't stop talking about them. And I started sharing on Facebook about how I was using essential oils, and they were having all of these positive changes in my life. I was sharing authentically. I was not doing like sales posts. It was nothing like that. And people were curious. And it wasn't. I wasn't being intentional about the business at all until later that year when I decided to resign from my job and do Young Living full time, and that is when I became very intentional about the business. And so I basically the switch was flipped for me at that point. So once I decided to become intentional about it, I realized that there were certain things that I had to do in order to grow my business, and I really took a look at what these things are, and those are the things that I'm going to spend the bulk of my time on because I had three little kids. My youngest was 2 years old at the time, and I also had a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old. And my 6-year-old was in cancer treatment, so I really truly time was an issue for me. But I figured out that I had to work on what we call IPAs, and that stands for income producing activity. For those of you who don't know, and I basically what that means is you're spending the bulk of your time with your Young Living business working on the things that are actually going to generate an income for you and to help grow your business. And so I was laser focused on signing people up, enrolling new members. I was laser focused on teaching them how to love the products, getting them on Essential Rewards, and I was very interested in teaching them about the business side of things and letting them bringing them in to understand that these products are so amazing that everyone should be sharing them. And so that's kind of how I got started. And I hit the rank of Crown Diamond I hit the rank of Diamond about 2.5 years, almost 3 years after I started doing the business, and then a year after that I hit the rank of Crown Diamond. And I did, I think there are many things that I did, and we'll get into that in a few minutes. But one of the biggest things is certainly the consistency and keep in doing those things, those IPAs that are bringing in your business.
So I watched Mary post about oils for 2 years. I've known Mary as an acquaintance through a mutual friend, Shelly Canther, who may be watching this, but I knew Mary before that, and I knew she was a lawyer in Maryland and DC, and I live in New Jersey. And I watched her post about oils, and I was like, okay, that's interesting, good for her. And she did post about how her daughter, Finley, who I knew her youngest, her third born, was 17 months old and hadn't slept through the night. And I saw her oil post about how she got a sample of Peace and Calming, and it helped her daughter sleep through the night. I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. And then I had the flu one time, and she posted, I posted like, oh, I must be missing something, all natural things I'm doing, and she mailed me oils. And I was like, what am I going to do with thieves and RC? She gave me little bottles. I'm like, this is fun, but I don't even think I used them. So I watched her post for a couple years, and then she came up to Pennsylvania to our friend's house and had a class, and I loved everything I heard. I definitely needed oils for sleep. I definitely had pain from working out. I definitely knew that my girlfriend was going through cancer treatments, and that she had successfully used some of the oils to help their emotions and help their wellness through cancer treatments, and I wanted that for my girlfriend. So the things that I learned through the education of the community was major. So I just got a starter kit thinking, why not? What do I have to lose? And I slept immediately right away, and then 6 weeks later I had no clue this would ever happen, but I got toxic cleaners out of my house, replaced it with thieves. I got rid of all my candles. Mary taught me this. All my dryer sheets. Mary taught me this with the dryer balls. And 6 weeks later, I'm diffusing lavender to sleep. I brought the diffuser downstairs during the day. I didn't have asthma anymore. I had allergy-induced asthma for years and was getting on medication. I was on medications and inhalers. That all stopped 2.5 years ago. So I'm forever thankful for Mary for that. So when that happened to me, I decided I needed to start sharing. I did not go into this thinking I was doing this as a business, but I'm so thankful for it now, especially in the time that we're in. So we're calling this video theme Then and Now because we wanted to tell you guys what we did to get started, but things look a little differently now. So it's been about 3 years since I got started, so May of 2017. I started hosting my own classes and giving people the same information that Mary shared with me. And it's just important to share with anyone. You can share in classes or you can share on one-on-one. Lately, I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones, if you want to call it that. Classes are a great way to grow your business. I hit the rank of gold in 2 years, which was very, very fast for by all the charts and for a lot of people, but I was really aggressive about sharing. I really truly feel and still feel this way that everybody needs to know about this. Whatever issues somebody has in their life, we have something to help them, whether it's stress, pain, sleep, breathing. I could go on and on. Overall wellness. Like, we are in a time in history that is pretty unique, and we're staying away from people and we're staying in our home. The community that we found through this is amazing, but also the products are superior and amazing. And if you know the heart of Young Living and you know the products of Young Living, yes, there's frustrations and things with shipping and other things sometimes, but you look at the big picture. Young Living cares so much about the products and the people that that's what we're all here for. So I know that I have things that Young Living has given me to support my personal wellness. So I find a reason to talk about Young Living to people wherever I am, whether I'm on social media, whether I'm in person. I put things out there in the universe on my stories, on my posts, but I still share my life. I'm an open book because I'm a genuine person and I want people to know that I have kids and I do sports and I teach spin and I'm fun. And, I guess my brand, if you have to pick one, I think I'm fun, entertaining, and educational. Like, that's what I like. That's what my posts, try to be about. And then Young Living falls into that because I truly feel like it can start a conversation even with just posts, and especially in this quarantine time. People are home and they're watching stories and they're watching posts. I am getting engagement by people, reaching out to me. So I definitely encourage you to do that and be intentional about sharing. And think about things you can do to talk to your friends and your family and people about what we have to offer. I know that I want to keep my inflammation low. I know that I want to take vitamin D. I know Nature Red's full of antioxidants, helping my wellness. I know that I have tools and I feel secure in what I'm doing. And I know that if I didn't have oils and didn't have Young Living, I would feel a little crazier right now. And I would feel like I don't have what I need to feel, that I'm doing what I can do to help myself and my family during this quarantine time. So definitely, reaching out to people, and I find ways to talk to people. Like, if somebody posts something, I post, let me send you a sample. You need help sleeping, or you're stressed out, or this. I'll send, a roller to them, or really anything. I find reasons to reach out to people, and I find reasons, to talk to people. I like people. So if I'm with somebody, a friend, I'll bring Young Living up in the conversation, and that's just what I do. And it's been proven to be really successful. I've still been able to sign up 2 to 4 people a month, pretty much this whole year, and just even growing in that way. Now they're starting to share. So we have some new builders, because besides the products, we have an amazing business opportunity. And you guys are already here, so you're watching this. You already know about it, but try to it's summertime. Of course, it's always the slowest time, but think about planting the seed for, the 90 days for the fall when it can be really explosive. Start talking to people now. Start planting those seeds so that you can, you know, share about wellness and share about the business of Young Living. We have some new builders, and they're going to be able to share what we have to people that really want what we have. We have what people want and need. We just have to be the person to get it to them. And market is not saturated by any means. I can definitely tell you that. So just they're my little tips.
And I think John definitely touched on this, and but the biggest thing that I remember, I always keep in the forefront of my mind is the phrase "look for the need." Look for the need, and that's what Dawn is really good about doing, and that's really what she's describing. It's just that she is constantly on the lookout for who can use my products, who can use what Young Living has, and as we know, Young Living has something for literally everyone. We have things for animals, we have things for older people, we have things for babies, we have things for men, for women, for kids. There's no
Animals.
We truly are the best in the business because we have something for everyone, and we have products that people need and will consume on a regular basis. And it truly is the smartest business model that there is. It just makes sense from a business perspective, and we have the ability to help so many people. So truly, just keeping that on the forefront of your mind. Things have definitely changed since the whole COVID thing happened. We aren't as easily able to teach classes and travel to events and do a lot of in-person things, which is really hard for a lot of us, especially I know John and I both really enjoy the class component of sharing young living. I've built my entire business on teaching in-person classes, obviously sharing a little bit on Facebook as well, but I really did build my business based on in-person classes, and the fact that it's more challenging to do them right now is hard. And so what I'm constantly doing right now is looking for the need. I also, I am consistently still enrolling people even all these years later, and I believe that is because number one, I'm still sharing consistently, and number two, I always put myself out there as somebody who cares about wellness and who understands the importance of living a healthy lifestyle. And so people, even when they weren't ready, they knew to come to me when they were ready. And you just really have to remember that your people, the people in your life, they need young living, and they may not know it yet that they want young living, but when they decide that, they're going to sign up with somebody. And the question is that going to be you, or is that going to be their neighbor down the street who told them about young living as well? And so just putting yourself out there and just letting people know that you are someone to come to when people want to learn about wellness, or when or if they want to try a sample of essential oils, or if they want to try a sample of our insect repellent or anything like that. I think that that's huge. And then another thing that is so easy, it's so easy to do, is to be a product of the product. That is so critical, and it is so important, and it is something you should never, ever, ever leave your house without having a Young Living product on your body somewhere. Whether you're wearing oils and you smell like a walking diffuser, or whether you have insect repellent in your purse, and somebody says, "Oh my gosh, there's bugs. Here, would you like to try some insect repellent?" It's awesome.
My roller?
Put oils on people. Always, always be a product of the product. Always have things that people can try. You should always have. Somebody says, if I say, "Oh, I use lavender for that." "Oh, I feel like I really don't like the smell of lavender." Well, here, have you ever tried Young Living lavender? Things like that. Just always always being a product of the product, and having a way to get oils on people.
And talk about the business. I have people that I'm talking to right now that want an alternative to their regular jobs that they're doing. A lot of people have been affected job-wise during this shutdown. Mary quit her very successful job to be, as a lawyer, to be prosecutor, am I saying it right? To be an oil sharer, if you want to call it that. There's lots of people that are looking for other streams of income and other ways to make money where they're not, going into an office or forced to wear a mask or different things like that they don't feel comfortable with. So definitely talk about the business, and we are in it for the long haul, and we want to help you guys grow and succeed, and use these tools. Use everything that we have, our products and our business model and our resources, and I'm just excited to see where this goes.
Awesome.
Thanks, Mary. It's so good to see you.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.